We're living, everyone, in a period of profound conflict and division. Climate disaster, the rise of authoritarianism, food insecurity, and the war in Gaza, the war in Ukraine, Sudan, Yemen, Myanmar, and many, many more conflicts that continue to destroy lives and threaten peace everywhere in the world. So it's timely that Council's Planetary Health Centre hosts this Peace Symposium to draw attention to the urgent need to de-escalate the global conflicts that are killing and injuring so many. I guess I should say a warning, because some of the things I'm going to say this afternoon have some pretty hard words in them. And so anyone who might feel that some confronting words about conflicts we're facing now might do them harm, I'll fully understand if you want to go for a walk now, because I'm not going to hold back. This centre is focused on showing how local government and communities can work together to protect the health of all life on our planet for both present and future generations. And today we're hearing from veterans of the peace movement, and indeed young activists as well, on how we can work together to create a more peaceful world. One of the ways our council is advocating for this is through our membership of Mayors for Peace. Mayors for Peace was established way back in 1982 by the mayors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, whose cities, as we know, were reduced to rubble in August 1945, when 2 atomic bombs were dropped on them, causing the deaths of more than 210,000 people. 80 years since the bombings, many survivors, known as habusha, still suffer from the physical and emotional after effects of the radiation that they consumed at the time, as they continue to appeal to have the world note that no one else should suffer as they did and as they have. Mayors for Peace calls for cities throughout the world to transcend national borders and join in solidarity to campaign for nuclear abolition. Since its establishment, Mayors for Peace has registered at the UN with special consultative status to expand its membership around the world. It remains a profound honour that on behalf of the Council and the people of the Blue Mountains, we became a signatory to this inspired initiative in 2023. And I want to thank my friend, Susan Templeman, for the integral part she played in that, in securing our membership when she met with the mayors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki at a United Nations meeting in Vienna in 2022 and brought their invitation to me. A special moment, Susan, and I thank you. As of July 2025, Mayors for Peace has grown to have 8,497 member cities from 166 countries. Mayors for Peace uses its membership and uses this membership to create true momentum for the realisation of a peaceful world without nuclear weapons. Nuclear disarmament and world peace may sound lofty goals for local government, perhaps goals better suited to national leaders. But I say it's crucial that local governments play a leading role as well. It's true, I think, from nearly a quarter of a century in local government, from that experience, that local government is the closest level of government to the people, and it is well placed to create safe, inclusive, peaceful communities. Communities that become the foundation to build a safe, inclusive and peaceful world. But what do we mean when we talk of peace? Peace is the absence of conflict. Peace is living in freedom and harmony. Peace is living safely and securely. Peace, my friends, is a human right. Council's working to create and grow peace in all of its guises in the Blue Mountains. Our Ida Hobbit International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia and Transphobia celebrations honour the right to live and to love authentically, free from persecution. Our annual mayoral breakfast and 16 days of activism against gendered violence campaign promotes the rights of women and children to live free from violence and fear. And the chair of my committee, Councillor Susie Van Opdorp's here today, and I acknowledge the work she does. We're a city that welcomes refugees to live in our community, free from war and political, religious or racial persecution. And we're proud to have a growing community of Tibetan residents, examples to us all of living with grace and resilience. We look back with honesty so that we can move forward with integrity in our relations with traditional owners. Our statement of recognition and commitment outlines our commitment to walking alongside traditional owners and the broader Aboriginal community, building a future based on truth, based on respect, and the recognition of traditional ownership. We seek to live in harmony with our unique environment. And we're the first council and government entity in Australia, to commit to integrating rights of nature principles into all of our operations and practices. Our city was first. The Blue Mountains Council and community stands united for a kinder future locally and globally. One where every living person, every living thing lives in peace. Now, my friends, we cannot gather in a place like this today, in a forum like this today, to speak of peace and not speak of the unbearable suffering of the people of Gaza. The weaponisation of starvation against a population, the targeting of hospitals, the targeting of schools, the targeting of homes, the targeting of civilian shelters, the illegal blockade of life-saving aid, some of the highest known death tolls amongst children, journalists, and health and humanitarian workers of any recent conflict in the world, and more than 60,000 Palestinian deaths since October 2023, 17,000 of those children. In my opinion, it's undeniable that Israel is committing the crime of genocide in Gaza. We can, and rightly do, condemn the actions of Hamas on October 7. We condemn the massacre. We condemn the holding of hostages. We can, and rightly do, condemn anti-Semitism. We can also, and rightly do, condemn genocide. The world has to act. We need a permanent ceasefire now. We need unrestricted humanitarian aid now. We need peace now. All of this can be achieved now, but only if there is global political will to make it happen. Because the community has the will. The hundreds of thousands of citizens marching and protesting around the world is proof of that. Humanitarian causes should not be political, but they are, which makes it the responsibility of politicians across the world at all levels of government to speak out and do all they can to end the crisis. Politicians at all levels of government right around the world must do everything in our power to end the slaughter. We all must be on the right side of history. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the shadows of nuclear bomb victims burned into stone buildings are permanent markings of a momentary blast. So too must the images of starving Gazan children sear into the consciousness of those who hold the power to stop these atrocities yet fail to act. The UN General Assembly declared 2025 the International Year of Peace and Trust in an effort to foster global cooperation and a more just, inclusive and sustainable future. This resolution urges the international community to resolve conflicts through dialogue and negotiation, to strengthen peace and trust between UN member states and promote sustainable development, peace, security and human rights. A key aspect of fostering a culture of peace is creating socially just societies that actively work to eliminate nuclear weapons and prevent war. I believe governments can foster these societies. As mayors, our highest priority is protecting our communities. A core tenet of that is protecting the health of our planet, which is why we've established this Planetary Health Centre. Local governments are leading a grassroots revolution for a more peaceful, a healthier world. We can work together to make sure this becomes a reality. Today's nuclear weapons are hundreds of times more powerful than the ones used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And with the current state of conflicts in the world, the doomsday clock, maintained by the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, is currently set at 89 seconds to midnight, the closest it has ever been to a global catastrophe. Tonight, parents all over the world will wish their babies would just settle and go to sleep. The parents of Gaza would give the world for their babies to just wake up. The time for peace is now. Thank you.